how the internet did react to the game yesterday, and we're going to start off with a tweet from the Spurs drummer Bobby Stewart. And he's going in. He is going in. He says, Frank is a lying, delusional, awful manager. Yes, the squad has its issues and the club structure throughout certainly has its issues, but the changes are required in order from immediately to as soon as possible are sack Frank, make some decent signings whilst we still can, sack Lang and a complete ownership restructure or sell. The only way we as fans can make this happen is to be loud and voice our views. Boycotts don't work as the demand is still there to watch the team, and football is a requirement for so many people. The escapism is such a big thing for mental health. So, if you do attend games, my suggestion is simple. Buy your ticket and do not spend a penny more. No club shop, no beer, no food. Go to the pubs on the high road. Have food elsewhere, no skywalk, no go-karting. They will only listen when the money stops rolling in because we are not fans to them. We are numbers on a spreadsheet to make them money. We are loyal to this football club and they repay us with greed and ignorance. And you know what? That is big up to Bobby Stewart.
I saw him after the Dortmund game and he was buzzing. He was absolutely buzzing. Like, where that come from? He was drumming the whole game. Absolutely brilliant. It was great to see him.
I saw him at half-time at West Ham and he was absolutely dejected.
Had a whole rip through that drum.
I told you I saw him drumming down the stairs after that game to Frank Howe.
I wonder what the club thought about that.
Well, what does the club think about this tweet? But
great
it's
question.
definitely true.
I get the sentiment of the tweet, and I'm not saying I disagree, but it's also, you've got to remember, there's a lot of fans who travel from far places like other countries to come to these games, and they want to experience everything, don't they? And I understand, for us, we live and I'm not saying they don't live and breathe it either, but obviously we're here in London, like we're literally living within the situation, and we go every game, we're home and away, and you know, for us, it's like we've got a tunnel vision on that aspect of if we don't do something, if we don't act, then things are never going to get better. But when you're like, I can't really sit here and tell a fan who's paid all this money to come from America or whatever other country, and they're going to the game, and like I'm going to tell them what they should be doing. You know, it's when they just want to go, they enjoy the game.
But I don't think this message is for those fans. This message is for season ticket holders and people like that go week in, week out.
From that point of view, then, yeah, that's fine.
Like, nobody's telling those kind of fans what to do. This is about the hardcore week in, week out fans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's fair.
And also, what I would say as well to this, like, when he says that there's always someone else to fill the seat. I think in previous years that was true, but I don't think that's true anymore. I really don't think that's true anymore. Like there's a lot of empty seats every game. So actually, if there could be a boycott and you know they could organise it, I actually think it would send a loud message because there's a lot of empty seats now. Can you imagine if there was a boycott of, let's say, 40% of the season ticket holders? That would send a big message.
Would be a hell of an organisation.
Yeah, of course. You know, I think it's a big ask. I don't think it's ever going to happen. But can you imagine if that was to happen?
100%. It would send a big message.
All right. Nathan Clark says, because you see the underlying data has actually been trending in the right direction recently, but the football is still unbearable to watch and holds the same fundamental flaws it has done throughout the season. The data still really isn't good enough anyway.
So this is our XG timelines, 5-game rolling throughout the whole season, which he's made. So we were pretty decent at the start, but we've been largely crap ever since, apparently, pretty much. Pretty much from game week 9, we've been horrendous. And we have been trending a bit upwards recently, but still, in general, we concede more than we create in general. I mean, it's just horrendous, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's just horrible to look at, especially that period here between game week 9 and like 15. Look at that. That's wow.
Yeah.
That is like a relegation team.
Yeah, absolutely. So
there you have it.
Get him out, man. Get him out. The Touchline tweets out that the away fans are totally done with their football club. And look at this screenshot of the fans.
Poor that old man with glasses there. Oh, man, he looks very unhappy.
I'm so happy we didn't make that trip yesterday, man. I really am. Footy Humour says, Spurs fans realising they could get relegated the same season Arsenal win the Premier League. Like, this has the potential to be like literally the worst season ever.
Yeah, it's not going to be pretty, I don't think. I think it's just, we need to just like, you know, when you just like on Full Manager, you just go on holiday. That's what we need to do, I think.
Yeah. Paddy Power tweeting out saying West Ham are the perfect example of how playing Spurs can boost performance and morale tenfold.
Honestly.
And of all the clubs as well, West Ham.
You know, so when you talk about Dr. Tottenham as well, apparently it was Tuan Zabi's first ever Premier League goal yesterday. So that carries that on.
Literally, Dr. Tottenham just never stops. It just never stops.
Take a break. Take a day off, man. Honestly, the hardest working person at Tottenham is Dr. Tottenham.
Is Tottenham on like... Tottenham is a part of Enoch, right? Like, Tottenham came in with Enoch. I mean, Dr. Tottenham came in with Enoch, didn't it?
He's always there. He never leaves.
James Harris says, I am ready to sell Romero and Van der Ven for consistently being stupid enough to bail out this awful team time and time again by scoring themselves.
Exactly. I don't know if they're doing the right thing. There are some people who think the draw was even worse than losing yesterday.
Yeah, well, because it saves him.
Yeah, it kind of saves him.
And we don't even get anything for it.
No.
No context, Tottenham. Frank's look when we go 2-1 down yesterday, I imagine.
Paints a picture, isn't it? Dear me.
Kayla saying, it's reinvented. Kane and Son have turned into Romero and Van der Ven.
Maybe they're going to start scoring more goals, 30 goals. They're going to break Kane and Son's record of goal combinations.
Gidiomatic says he nearly broke his leg. This was Van der Ven trying to defend. Like, who is that? Is that Jadon Anthony turning him inside out? It's just like, how can you get turned inside out by Jadon Anthony?
He actually nearly did injure himself. You look at that blood here.
Yeah.
Stuck in the ground. Jesus. But there you see Romero just walking as well. Just it's horrendous all round.
Spurs Express saying Tottenham have now scored more goals from corners this season than any other Premier League club. What a great job. What's his name again?
Andreas
Jorgensen, is doing, and to be honest, he is doing a fantastic job, isn't he?
He can stay.
Shades of Gianni Vio.
But yeah, he's doing fantastic. It's crazy. We're now the most goals from corners in the league.
Yeah,
which is crazy to think about.
We are so heavily reliant on corners. It's just like I said it yesterday. Like, we take the piss out of Arsenal for it. Like, we're much more.
we're literally corner set piece FC. That is literally us. We don't even get the wins for it. We just score the goals from corners without the winning.
Just to save us from a draw or whatever. Or even just a consolation goal or whatever. Spurs Express saying, of every manager to get the Tottenham job permanently since Enoch brought to the club, Thomas Frank has the worst points per game ratio, 1.32 points per game.
Terrible.
How mad is it? Like, he is 6 or 7 months, however long he is in his tenure, and he's only won, 2 games in the Premier League at home?
Yep.
He's only got... How mad is that? How much are we paying per point?
Third highest paid manager in the league. Shocking.
Memorino saying defensively equals good at defending, and then defensively equals our top goal scoring centre backs.
Look at that. 8 goals for Mickey, 6 for Romero and 5 for Paulinho. How have we done that? How have they kept us competitive? It's nuts, isn't it, how that's happened?
Competitive.
I mean,
is this what you call competitive?
Not competitive. How has he kept us scoring, I guess, some goals?
Yeah.
Because imagine if they weren't scoring.
Yeah, absolutely.
We really would be in the relegation zone.
Neo THFC saying, telling my kids this was MSN.
Fantastic. Honestly, at what point do we just bite the bullet and start playing Romero up front?
May as well, man.
At what point?
What have we got to lose?
Happen?
Well, we've got Premier League survival. Daily Hotspur saying they aren't going to sack him, are they?
More like they aren't going to sack him, are they?
Yeah.
That's Romero's face when he sees Frank still in the job.
Chef Supreme saying he knows.
Who's he looking at, Dancer or Frank? Because Frank looks worried, Dancer looks angry.
I think it's Frank. Squawker saying most goals by a defender in the Premier League this season. Tottenham are clear.
Look at that, more than Gabriel. Well, who has been injured, to be fair.
Yeah.
But still,
Gabriel and Munoz have both had long injuries this season.
But still, Romero and Van der Ven are top of the pile.
Yeah.
40.
The thing is, right, usually in another season, I'll be like, wow, yeah, that's great. But, like, I actually get pissed off every time a defender scores now.
Yeah, because Romero literally has to go up front to save us. It's not like if he's just scoring from corners as part of a display where we're playing well, it's like, okay, brilliant. But he's literally... It's a Hail Mary every time because we're losing and he has to go up front to save our skin. And that's obviously not a sustainable situation.
Absolutely.
You don't want Romero in those situations. He only goes there when things are going wrong. It's not a sign of things going right when Romero's in the box.
Yeah. Trevor Lloyd saying Pochettino got second place finish and Champions League runners-up, 3 top 4 finishes in 5 seasons. Mourinho got to a cup final. Conte has us in 4th. Ange Postecoglou won us a trophy and they were sacked. What is it about Thomas Frank that this board think is so unsackable? The fans hate him.
I guess they're just conflicted about wanting to go with a project and
yeah, but also
what direction we're going in.
Daniel Levy sacked all of those other managers.
That's also true.
And Daniel Levy's not here anymore.
Yeah. And who makes that decision?
I think if Levy was still here, he would have been gone by now.
And who makes that final decision now?
I don't think there's one person that makes it.
That's part of the problem
as
well, because I feel like if there was, I think they might have made it by now. But everyone's like kind of unsure. No one wants to kind of take responsibility for being the guy who makes a decision. They can just pass the buck off to someone else, can't they? Whereas Levy knew he was the guy who made the decision. It's down to me, and that was it.
Chris says, this is the misery we all feel, and it breaks my heart seeing Romero and Van der Ven like this at the end of every game, man. And it literally is the end of every game. Yeah.
And Romero coming over to apologise. They look like they're sick of it at this point. He looks fuming, Romero.
But look, they both had their part to play.
Absolutely. They're part of the team, but at the end of the day, it's a collective, isn't it?
Jack Pitbrook says, Frank, your football is shit. That is a quote from the away end last night. We want Frank out and sacked in the morning, all coming from the away end.
And that's also another part of it is like, are we just going to have to do this for the next 4 months? Just continue these chances. He's just going to have to put up with it, I guess. Like what?
I like it. Every time he's asked about it in the press conference, he's like, "Yeah, I love the support today from the fans."
But it's like, what other manager has been able to? Because there weren't really chance of we want Ange out last season, so he didn't. That's not something he had to put up with throughout the last few months when we were losing every game. But what manager kind of survives? Has ever survived just weeks and weeks of we want him out, we want him out? Usually 1 or 2 weeks and then you're gone. Like you have that and then that's it, cut the cord. But it's now been going on for a few weeks now.
Yeah.
And how much longer can we tolerate that?
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if he lasts to the North London derby?
God,
what it's going to be like there? Because the North London derby will probably be one game that will actually sell out.
And you have the Arsenal fans singing, "He's a gold or silver member."
Yeah.
And then you have kind of us saying
he can't be there for the North London derby. He really can't.
Put the assistant in charge.
No, seriously, like he needs to be gone before that North London derby because that is going to be horrific.
God.
Because they're going to beat us like 4-0 or whatever it may be.
It might be a pitch invasion.
Seriously, do you remember all those years ago when a fan went at Frank Lampard?
What, for Chelsea?
A fan ran onto the pitch. We played Chelsea.
Yeah.
In the FA Cup when we lost to Chelsea. Yeah. That could happen, man.
What goes for? Well, I remember there was a famous one. Who was manager? I think it was McLaren. There was a famous one.
Chucked his season ticket.
Chucked his season ticket. McLaren. Maybe there's something. Maybe something. Well, you don't really chuck your season ticket anymore. You have to chuck your phone at him.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll happen.
I'm telling you, he has to be gone before the North London derby. Has to. Talking THFC saying, "Poor bloke, looks like a hostage video."
Javi looks so dead inside. There is literally no life behind those eyes.
Oh God, the difference between that and what he was like on Tuesday night.
God.
Talking THFC as well says, "It was time for Thomas to leave. He had seen everything."
I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
That's in response to our next 5 fixtures. No, more. 6 fixtures.
Next one is the Spurs stat man saying Conor Gallagher with just 2 completed progressive passes today. Quite clear that he is an 8-10 and not a double pivot 6.
Yeah, if you go to the other, so these were kind of completed progressive passes, so not great again. Who was literally Dancer was the most. You can see again, like on the pitch where they're coming from. It's like so weighted down that right hand side, isn't it? It's pretty much just Danso and Porro down that side, and everyone else. Look, there's pretty much nothing coming from the middle again, nothing.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Every week, man, every week, and that's it. No, there's a couple.
No, there's a few more.
Couple more. Pro Tottenham says Josh Watson making a really good point on We Are Tottenham TV by saying players are only signing for Spurs for selfish reasons, and it's true. It's why we have so much turmoil in the squad. Players wanting out within a season of signing for us. Dragoshin, Tell, for example, they don't sign for Spurs to play for Spurs. It's just a shirt for them and a chance to put their name out there. A lot of them don't want to fight for the shirt. The likes of Muani, pointless player. It's what I said before. If we got relegated, do you think we keep more than 70% of this current squad? I don't. I think a lot of these players would be like rats on a sinking ship wanting out. But I think that's the same with any kind of team not going well.
Also, put it this way, for people saying about how bad our squad is. If we did go down, how many of our players go for over 50 million? If we had a clear out.
Who goes for over 50 million?
Porro, probably.
Maybe.
Yeah, we get more than what we paid for him.
I don't think so. Not if we got relegated.
Well, who should be? If we sold tomorrow, who would be going for more than 50 million? Porro, Romero, Van de Ven, Udogie, probably all of them. Spence, probably 30. You would get 30 million for him. Gallagher, you probably get your money back for him. 35, 40.
Javi, I think.
Javi, get 50 million for him. Who else we got? Who else in my field now? Presumably you probably don't.
We have to say, I'm not even sure that Destiny and Porro we would get 50 million for him.
I think you would.
From who?
I don't know from who, but I think that's how much we'd be demanding.
Yeah, they wouldn't get sold.
I think they would. I think City probably spend 50 million on Porro.
They had Porro, they let him go.
Yeah, but he's turned into a good player.
Who else do we get 50 million for? No one. I don't think.
Maddison and Decky were fit, maybe. Slanky probably got a good price for.
Slanky we're not getting 50 million for.
Probably get 45.
Maybe from like a middle of the road Premier League team.
My point is, there's a lot of players you'd get a lot of money for. Like a lot of them, you'd get big money for.
Yeah, and look, none of them are sticking around. That's for sure.
I'm not saying that's not the point. My point being the point more is to do with the quality of the squad. Like how much all these players would go for. They'll go for a lot of money. A lot of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Decky and Maddison.
Obviously injuries, but in
That's
terms
the thing.
But we talk about the quality of player. Obviously, we're going to be missing this season anyway. But they would.
Yeah, but injuries go into value, don't it?
Yeah, but we're just talking about. I understand that, but whatever. That doesn't. Besides the point, because they haven't been playing this season anyway.
Bergval,
he probably goes. He probably demand 50 million for him.
Kudus, people are saying.
Kudus, yeah, 50 million. That's another 50 million. Gray, probably not 50. We probably have to make a loss on Gray.
Yeah, we'll make a loss. I think Gray like 30, 35, something like that. Odebear, how much we getting for him? 30 million?
30 million for him. Tell, we probably get 20.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, you'll get a large chunk from the whole squad for sure. Vuskovic, you probably get 100 million for him right now.
My point being, like, this isn't a squad that's all like... Like, if, for example, if Wolves or Burnley or West Ham go down, how many of their players go for 50 million? You got probably Bowen and that's it.
Yeah, Bowen probably not even.
Not even. So how many of Wolves' players go 50?
None.
How many of Leeds' players go for 50 million?
None.
How many of Forest's players go for 50? Maybe Gibbs White, Anderson.
Yeah.
So that's my point. You compare that to us, where you got.
But I agree with you.
No, I'm just saying. I'm trying to make the point for the viewers and people watching.
Yeah.
Like it's just such a big Everton. How many of their players go for 50 million?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
In
like
Jai.
Yeah, maybe in Die. Does Grealish even go 50 million? Probably not. How many Bournemouth players go 50 million right now?
Yeah, no, it's a very good point.
Like if you look at all the even Fulham, they're 7th. Brentford, how many of their players go 50 million?
Mm-hmm.
Like pretty much up until the top 6, you'd probably say we have the most. And so when you look at it from that kind of lens, it's hard to argue for that when people argue the squad is just rubbish. Like it's hard to argue that point when you look at it from that lens.
Yeah, true. Very true. Very good point. Spurs watch. Coutinho Romero apologises to the away end after the game yet again.
Another game, another apology. Here's a question. When was the last time we didn't have an apology? I guess Dortmund, but before Dortmund.
Literally our last game.
Before Dortmund. I mean, in the Premier League, when was the last time we didn't have an apology in the Premier League? Palace. Should have apologised for the way we scored that goal.
All things Tottenham with the Javi thing. Charlie Parrish says any kind of football person on Tottenham's board would understand that the only times Frank's team look vaguely threatening in the Premier League are when they're chasing a game. Anyone can throw caution to the wind, and then when there's nothing to lose, it's every week.
Yep. And the problem is, we either way as well. Like when we start good and we get an early goal like Sunderland and Bournemouth, we end up dropping and not being able to sustain it, or maybe it's a change of tactic where, okay, we've got the lead and we're going to drop back now and counter, and then we end up giving it up. Or we start shit, we go behind, and then we try and claw it back. Yeah. But either way, whenever we play well, it's always caveated, every single time.
It's true. All things THFC saying we've only picked up consecutive wins in the league once this season, and that was game week 1 and game week 2. Say it, Sim. Not cutting your hair until we win 5 games in a row.
Oh, God. Don't want to add no chance. Absolutely no chance of making that back. I wouldn't even do 2 in a row right now. Bloody hell. At least it took Hammer and me here to do that, to be fair.
Spurs watch. This is post-game scenes yesterday. Bloody hell, that is loud.
Well, we want Thomas out, they're saying.
We want Frank out.
We want Frank out. Big boos. Do you think it's right, though, that they boo Frank and cheer the players? Should the players share the blame?
I think that the main problem here is Frank. I don't think the player...
I understand that, but a lot of people say the players shouldn't get off scot-free. They should also, take some accountability.
Trust me, the players get clapped at the end of the game. I think it's just because it's a message to Frank.
Right.
So they can differentiate what the feelings are towards Frank. I think that's what it is.
Okay, fair enough.
Jake says, pretty good opportunity to get relegated here. Absolutely. These are the fixtures. These are the fixtures, man. And also the Frankfurt game. They're out the Champions League. They've signed Callum Wendo, but he's not in the squad, and he's been banging in the goals for them. They don't have a recognised 9. They're out the Champions League. They've sacked their manager.
Usually these are all positive things, but these are reasons why we're not going to win.
Dr. Tottenham is creeping round the corner for that one.
God.
Anyway, Man City, Man United, Newcastle, Arsenal, Fulham away, Liverpool away. In that picture there, I only see 2 potential wins, and that is Palace and Forest. And even then, I'm not convinced.
Maybe we can sneak some draws in there. I don't know. Honestly,
I'm talking about wins here. Where are the wins coming from, people? Please let me know in the comment section.
How many points do you think we end up with all those games?
What's your point prediction?
9 games.
If we're assuming Frank's going to be here till the end
so
of it.
out of 27, I reckon we get loss. I reckon maybe a draw against Newcastle, loss, draw maybe, win, 5, loss, 8, loss, I reckon. 8 points in 27, I reckon.
8 points. Where are they coming?
Draw against Newcastle, draw against Fulham, beat Palace and beat Forest.
You think we're going to beat Forest? I really don't.
I think we'll beat Forest.
They're going to come and sit deep at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and catch us on the break. You watch. We're not beating Forest if Frank's still our manager. I think we're going to lose against City, lose against United. I think we'll get a point against Newcastle, so that's one. Lose against Arsenal, lose against Fulham. I think we'll get a point against Palace. Yeah, I don't think we're winning any of these games. Seriously. Maybe I'll be generous and say a win against Palace. And a draw against Forest. That's it. I think 5 points.
5 out of 27.
Yeah.
I think 8. 8 out of 27 puts us on 35. Should be good to stay up then.
Yeah. I think 5. And I predicted 6 out of West Ham and Burnley.
Yeah, bloody hell. I predicted 4.
Yeah.
And I was like, even that we didn't do.
All right. Next up, Billy T saying that goal shouldn't save Frank, but it will. Board are absolute cowards with no clue how to act, clinging on to anything to keep this horrific appointment going.
Yeah, I reckon the board breathed a big sigh of relief after Romero scored, to be honest. I reckon they did, which is shocking to say because none of us did. But I reckon they did.
Yeah. More Frank out chants in the away end yesterday via Chris Cowlin.
Yeah, it's just getting so toxic in these games. No one's happy. I hate the fact, though, I've seen it a lot of sentiment on social media, not from Tottenham fans, but by rival fans suggesting Tottenham are spoiled. It's the Tottenham fan base is a big problem because our expectations are too high and we're impatient and all this kind of stuff. And I think there is definitely a sense of impatience, but I also think the fans were in general pretty patient with Frank this season. I understand it's going very wrong now, but I don't think they were against him from the outset. Like I think I think there's just nothing watching to suggest like this is the right appointment or he's going to turn it around and this is the right fit at all. But I think there was general positivity when he was appointed. Yeah, even I was saying I wasn't too happy even when we were third, but I think the majority of the fan base were pretty content when we were third place and whatever.
Including me.
So like it's only really even like after Chelsea it was bad, but I don't think anyone was calling for him out. After Arsenal, it was again maybe the sentiment against it was growing, but no one was saying Frank out or anything. That wasn't the general sentiment even then. I think the real turning point for him to be out, what game was it?
West Ham.
Now, I think that's when it got to like 90%, but I think when it got to like a majority, I think maybe Brentford was the real like, that was actually the Brentford away game.
I agree with you, actually.
I think that was when it really was like...
Who did we play before Brentford?
Before Brentford was Sunderland. No, that was Palace away.
Yeah.
So I think once that Brentford, even though that was a draw, that was like a real like turning point. Okay, this guy needs to actually go. That was like the real turning point. So it took us really until the 1st of Jan for that sentiment to really grow into a majority of fans.
Yeah.
And I think that's 6 months of we've been putting up with it.
Yeah. Look, I think you're right. The West Ham game though was the point where it became untenable.
Yeah. I agree. But I don't like the sentiment. Like, we've been generally supportive a lot of the season. Like, to say it's the fans and it's because there's a toxic atmosphere and all this kind of stuff and we're just so impatient and all this, I think it's garbage. I think Tottenham fans have been more than fair with the whole situation. I think right now it's just god awful. And for anyone suggesting that he needs more time, I haven't seen one footballing reason to suggest he needs more time.
All you need to do is look at not just the performances, but results in the last 14 games. I believe, I think 18 teams have picked up more points than Spurs.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Only one team have picked up less than Spurs in this whole Premier League. That's all you need to say. Like, if that's not sackable form, then what is? Like, we're in a results-driven industry. As much as the performances are dross, you know.
On top of that,
if the results were better, you know, if we were kind of showing mid-table form, you know, it'll be a bit more palatable. At least we're getting wins here and there. But to be the 19th team in the last 14 games is a big chunk of the season.
Yeah, nearly half a season, pretty much.
You know what I mean? So, like, if we're picking up basically the worst form apart from one team, like, and he's not gone, I don't understand how he's not gone. I really don't.
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't heard any footballing reasons to suggest why. He just say the only reasons are he's a good manager, he needs time, it's toxic at Tottenham, all this kind of stuff. And look, there's some elements of truth to that, but at the end of the day, it's just not enough. There's not enough reason to think that he should stay and should stick around, and he's the right manager at all.
Yeah.
But there's the whole question: what would we do? And that is a great question, and hopefully we sort that out.
Yeah, absolutely.